talk every
We
time.
were told that this was all sorted, that we were now in the sort of open waters of Brexit. That clearly wasn't
so
the
you thought
case.
you'd make it more difficult.
Isabel, shut up.
Excuse me.
Hang on. Let's not
befitting
descend.
of
Let's not descend into it.
Sorry, I thought
Hang
you were
on.
in a role about
Hang on.
Civility in politics.
Yes.
Is that
Well,
your
we'll come on to that.
example?
I mean,
We'll come on
your
to that.
example of politeness in politics?
And I'm in
because it's low and
yeah,
poor.
and oh, come on, Isabel.
All right.
And I have to say, Jackie, in 11 years of live TV, nobody has ever
The clash came during a heated exchange over whether Britain is truly in open waters after Brexit. One voice insisted the country had finally broken free. Another warned the problems were only just beginning. Then came the moment that sliced straight through the debate, the on-air rebuke, the stunned silence, and a rapid apology that couldn't quite put the genie back in the bottle. The presenter acknowledged what had happened
to me and spat, "Shut up." Now you could get a lot worse than that,
I'm
and I
very
get
sorry.
much worse online. But it isn't setting a high standard.
I apologise for telling you to shut up. I don't think I spat.
I've never told anyone to shut up on live TV.
So what does the Trump victory mean for the UK? Well, basically, shares in Nigel Farage just skyrocketed. The Reform UK leader was the only British parliamentarian to be in the heart of the Donald Trump camp last night, as that victory became apparent and now becomes the single best connected British politician.
In real time, admitting that in more than a decade of live broadcasting, they'd never been spoken to like that on air. And while the apology came quickly, the damage was already done. Because in that moment, millions saw not just a fiery argument, they saw a wider collapse in political patience and public trust. And that's where this story gets bigger than one awkward exchange. Because while Britain argues about tone, manners, and Brexit scars that still haven't healed, the global political spotlight has shifted dramatically across the Atlantic. Donald Trump has secured victory once again, and the shockwaves are already being felt in Westminster. Because while much of the British political class kept its distance, one man didn't. Nigel Farage was right there, in the heart of the Trump camp, as victory became inevitable. As the results rolled in, so did Farage's political stock, rising sharply, almost instantly, transforming him overnight into the most directly connected British politician to the incoming US administration. And make no mistake, that connection matters. For supporters, it's proof of influence. For critics, it's a warning sign. As markets reacted, commentary exploded, and rivals scrambled to process what this means for Britain's future relationship with Washington. One thing became clear: Farage is no longer shouting from the sidelines. He's standing next to power. Now the big question is this: what does a Trump return really mean for the UK? Trade deals, defense, Ukraine, NATO, migration pressure, and a political environment where blunt language and confrontation are no longer fringe tactics, but frontline strategy. The tone we saw on that TV panel may be a preview, not an exception. Meanwhile, the old guard in Westminster looks uneasy. Some are trying to preach civility while struggling to control their own tempers. Others are nervously watching a political insurgent gain international momentum. And voters? They're watching all of it with a growing sense that politics is drifting further away from calm debate and closer to cultural warfare. So tonight, we're left with two images that perfectly sum up this moment in history. One, a British political debate spiraling into personal confrontation on live TV. The other, a British politician celebrating inside the most powerful political victory on the planet. And somewhere between those two moments lies the future of UK politics. The only question now is this: are we ready for what that future looks like?